A very good afternoon to all our viewers. Thanks for tuning into NDTV. This is the Southern View. For the next half hour, of course, me and my colleagues from South India bring you all the news down south. My colleague Uma, of course, will be talking about all the stories making news in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. We also have Sam Daniel from Tamil Nadu, Ashish and Ritu as well bring us other updates from Andhra Pradesh and Bengaluru as well. First up, we have some breaking news coming in from the city of Bengaluru. Just a while ago, there was an event that was held at a five-star hotel in Bengaluru, but there was drama that unfolded there. Pro-Kannada groups, the Karnataka Rakshana Vedike, in fact, landed up at that event, and they said that this event that was being held through a body under the central government was promoting Hindi language. There were no signages in Kannada. It was an attempt to impose Hindi is what they went on to say. But the question that comes up here is, how did they actually manage to get into a private event held inside a private hotel, that to a five-star hotel? Now, the police at this point in time have detained multiple people, at least about 42 is what I'm learning. But, the drama that ensued within, of course, left many of the attendees shook. You can see them breaking down, hoardings. They're also pulling down the flex boards. They're tearing it. They're shouting slogans. A lot of drama that ensued there, eventually resulting in detention and arrests of these pro-Kannada groups who are unrelenting and saying that this was a direct attempt to impose Hindi and that's not something that they'll allow in the state of Karnataka. We'll really have to see what sort of responses come in politically as well to this drama that unfolded a little while earlier. Now, moving on to my colleague Uma, who will bring you all the updates pertaining to the movie OG and what's happening there in Telangana. Uma.
Thank you, Deepak. Diwali as well as Dasara seem to have come early to Pawan Kalyan fans here, not just in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, but across the country and across the world as well, because the frenzy and the excitement that has been building up to the release of this film that is called, they call him OG. OG, of course, stands for Original Gangster, but in this case, it is Oja Gambhira, the title role that's being played by Andhra Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister. And all through midnight, in fact, fans were outside the theatres enjoying the moment. It is all about the celebration of the aura, the larger-than-life personality of Pawan Kalyan, seeing him as a gangster in this particular movie. And therefore, I've been speaking to all those people who have been watching the film and waiting to watch the film, and all of them are saying that the director, in this particular case Sujit, has actually delivered something that the fans would have just wanted, just what the fans ordered. Sujit has given this kind of a release. Now, he was someone who directed Sahu as well, and the producer of this film is DVV Danaya, who had also brought us RRR. Just before the release of the film yesterday, we saw the Telangana High Court in fact saying that the government order that allowed for a hike in the price of the special shows for 800 rupees per ticket, and also the other shows increased from 100 to 150 rupees for in the multiplexes and in the other theatres. They had suspended that order and said that there will be no such hike after a plea in the High Court. But of course, that did not matter to the fans, because some of them who I spoke to actually said that the price of the film did not matter, the rate of the tickets did not matter, because all that they want to see is Pawan Kalyan, his swag and his style on screen. And I spoke with a few of these fans outside the theatre here in Hyderabad. Let's listen in to the excitement and what they enjoyed most about this film, including that of Thaman, the music director who has given the background score. First day, first show for Pawan Kalyan fans. It's a big thumbs up. I presume you're a fan and that's why we have come first day, first show. How is your reaction to this film?
This is absolutely fantastic movie, and the well displayed stylish swag of Pawan Kalyan. And if you know, the Pawan Kalyan has his inbuilt swag, and it has been utilized by the director very well, and it is a perfectly made stuff for the fans.
Perfectly made for fans. How did you enjoy it?
It's a rocking movie. He's a real gangster. Monster! Hey, monster!
It was a fantastic movie. We have never seen Pawan Kalyan like this. All the animation, and special thanks to Taman for that amazing BGM. It was just fantastic. I hope everyone watches this, and this is never seen like Pawan Kalyan before. Jai Pawan Kalyan!
What about Imran Hashmi, and you loved Pawan Kalyan?
Yeah, of course. Welcome to Tollywood, Imran Hashmi. So we are very happy, and you're excellent performer. We have seen your brilliance, and thanks to Sujit especially, and the entire team of OG, from light boy to producer, everyone. Thank you so much. Everyone is enjoyed very well, and we are happy to be a part of OG as audience. Thank you so much, everyone. OG, thank you.
What is your reaction? Because people are talking about storyline being a little weak, but this film is not about storyline or about emotional heft. It is about style, aura, larger than life image of Pawan, isn't it?
It is a fanboy movie, stylish and background music and power star style, everything is awesome. It's a goosebump movie.
They call him OG movie, hits the theatre here in Bengaluru as well, and all theatres are running full as the fans are all gathering for the celebrations as well. We are right now at Mukunda Theatre in Bengaluru, where you can see the preparations are all in full swing. The big posters coming up over here, not one, two, but multiple posters. Now that's how the fans are welcoming the movie and Pawan Kalyan also on the big screens. Remember, his fans were quite excited to see him in this particular role. Now that's the reason you have these bands on the heads of these fans as well. You see there an OG also written here. Now that's the excitement, completely electrified here in Bengaluru. The slogans are getting raised as well for Pawan Kalyan, also regarding the movie. However, we'll also try and speak to certain fans as well. Sir, Pawan Kalyan is back on big screens after a long time. How excited are you? If you remember a dialogue of his.
KCPD, that's all.
How excited are you seeing him in his role, in this particular role?
Ma'am, actually, he is my deputy CM. Actually, we are seeing from after 3 years. Actually, we are excited to see him.
We are looking for this movie.
So, we are excited to see him as an after more than 13 years.
Message that you have for your hero today. One message. What do you
He is one and only PSPK, and he is only one deputy CM.
That's all.
That was my colleague Ritu Rajpurohit bringing us reactions of fans from Bengaluru to the release of OG Pawan Kalyan's film. And now news from Andhra Pradesh, where in fact Jagan Mohan Reddy, the YSRCP president, had released a digital book yesterday. And I have my colleague Ashish Pandey joining us. Ashish, digital book versus the red book that Nara Lokesh of the Telugu Desam used to be talking about. How are the reactions of the TDP to the announcement of a digital book by Jagan Mohan Reddy yesterday?
You're absolutely right, Ma'am. In fact, we had been reporting that how during previous YS Jagan Mohan Reddy regime, it was Nara Lokesh, the TDP General Secretary, current minister in the government. He used to go to the public showing a red colored diary, claiming it a red book, where he used to say and he used to inform to his cadre that he is maintaining names of all those officials, all those politicians from YSRCP party or supporting YSRCP party who are harassing TDP workers and cadre. That was during 2019 to 2024 tenure. Now, YS Jagan Mohan Reddy is in opposition, TDP is in power, Nara Lokesh is the minister. Now, YS Jagan Mohan Reddy, what he is claiming that TDP is doing vendetta politics, it's worker with YSRCP workers, in fact, being harassed by the ruling party. In fact, not only ruling party backed bureaucrats and politicians, bureaucrats, officials, in fact, police officials, they are lodging fake cases, harassing the YSRCP cadres and workers. He, in fact, on yesterday, in fact, YS Jagan Mohan Reddy held a meeting with party leaders, MLAs, and all the senior party leaders participated in that meeting. And there he released one digital diary where he said that one can, any supporter of YSR Congress Party can log into the website. It's a link where they, OTP generated information is being shared, and then once they register their complaint, when YSRCP will come to power, they will ensure justice and punishment to all those persons who are harassing the YSR Congress Party leaders. So it's your vendetta versus my vendetta. It's TDP versus YSRCP party again in Andhra Pradesh.
ఇది అన్యాయానికి గురైన ప్రతి కార్యకర్తకు ఇది ఒక శ్రీరామ రక్ష. నేను ఈరోజు చెప్తా ఉన్నా, ఆ ప్రతి డేటా కూడా ఆ డిజిటల్ డైరీలో నమోదై ఉంటుంది. రేపొద్దున మనం అధికారంలోకి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఈ డిజిటల్ డైరీలో నమోదు చేసిన ఈ కేసులను మీద ప్రత్యేకమైన బృందాలను పెడతాం. అన్యాయం చేసిన వాళ్ళను రిటైర్ అయిపోయి ఉన్నా కూడా, రాష్ట్రంలో వాళ్ళు లేకపోయినా కూడా, సప్త సముద్రాల అవతలున్న అందరినీ పిలిపిస్తాం. చట్టం ముందర నిలబెడతాం. నిలబెట్టించి శిక్ష పడేలా అన్యాయానికి ఈరోజు గురైన వ్యక్తికి సంతోషం కలిగించేలా ప్రతి అడుగు దీని ద్వారా పడుతుంది.
So this is YS Jagan Mohan Reddy, the former Chief Minister, YSR Congress Party Chief. TDP has mocked his comment, in fact, reminded that what he did during his tenure. In fact, a rift is there in his family also, and his sisters, in fact, are awaiting justice. Back to you, Uma.
Thanks, Shashi. Some breaking news, in fact, coming in from Telangana, where a charge sheet now seems imminent in the Formula E case that is being probed not just by the Anti-Corruption Bureau but also by the Enforcement Directorate. This is something that the Congress government had initiated, alleging that 54 crore rupees was paid illegally without due authorization by the then government when K.T. Ramarao was in fact Municipal Administration Minister, and the Formula E race was being organized in Telangana. Now, the Vigilance and Enforcement Wing has given the nod for prosecution of IAS officer Arvind Kumar and also former HMDA official BLN Reddy. Already, you would recall that Governor Jishnudev Verma has given the nod to prosecute K.T. Ramarao, former minister in the BRS government. Now, with the Vigilance and Enforcement Directorate also giving its nod, now the charge sheet is likely in this particular case as well. We now go over to Sam Daniel, my colleague in Chennai, for all the breaking political developments in Tamil Nadu. Back to you, Sam.
Thank you, Uma. That's right. For the first time, AIADMK Chief EPS has targeted the ruling DMK alliance, saying that the alliance between the DMK and the Congress could be shaky. He has pointed out increasing demands from Congress leaders. Number one, asking for a share in power if the DMK comes back to power winning elections, and then asking for more seats. He was specifically referring to recent interviews given by Congress MP Karti Chidambaram and more comments from other leaders. And Congress Tamil Nadu Chief Selva Perendagai has slammed EPS for attempting to drive a wedge between the DMK and the Congress, saying that EPS ought to first look at the problems in his own party. In fact, so far the DMK and Congress in Tamil Nadu have been targeting the AIADMK alliance, saying that they take orders from the BJP at the center and their leadership is in Delhi. For every little problem within their party, the BJP leaders are going to Delhi to meet the Home Minister for what they called arbitration. This is what AIADMK spokesperson Kovai Satyan had to say.
Marriage between DMK and Congress is nearing to an end. It's just a matter of time the divorce will be announced. The indication is that the Congress leaders are making strong remarks and passing strong comments against DMK. It's an example that the crack in the alliance is wide open now. So it will not be a surprise if Congress decides to break away from DMK, and with leaders like Kartik Chidambaram making remarks and praising actor Vijay trying to keep the alliance door open, indicates that all is not well in the Congress and DMK alliance.
In fact, the Congress claims all is well within the DMK-Congress alliance, and that Congress is a democratic party and leaders have their right to share their opinions, but this will in no way, they say, will affect the alliance between the two parties. That's all from Tamil Nadu. It's now time to go over to my colleague Deepak Bopana in Bengaluru. Deepak?
Well, thank you, Sam. And here in Bengaluru, of course, the potholes have been the latest, topic of debate. Now, for the last several days, the government has been coming up with the multiple assurances to fill up potholes. The Deputy Chief Minister has been saying that 1,000 potholes per day are being filled. Yesterday, it was the BJP that hit the streets, started to protest, say that the Congress failed to deliver on its promise to ensure that the people have a safe ride back home to offices, to schools, and they started to fill potholes. Now today the Deputy Chief Minister and the Minister for Bangalore, Mr. D.K. Shiv Kumar, has hit back and said that the BJP did nothing for the city of Bengaluru, didn't bring in funds. They are the ones who reduced it to rubble, and it's the Congress party which is right now fixing the problems for the people. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Of course there are potholes. I have seen 3 days back, I was not there, I have seen them. BJP has also tried to do some mock-up, that they do. I can also, our workers also will do the same thing in Hubli, Belgaum, wherever their corporations are there. Whether all those potholes have been, we are there at the job. I only have requested the common man, public, police to write a letter because you see the heavy rains are there. The misadministration of the BJP government last 3 years, they could not do anything, they could not do any small fillers, not any small work. We are trying to fulfill it and we will do it. We will not run away from our problem. We are there. That is why we decided, even the Chief Minister also, I asked the Chief Minister's chair and the Chief Minister was kind enough to give us 70 crores to see that the refilling has been done.
Now, while so much is being spoken about the infrastructure in the city and how to resolve it, yesterday a meeting of all stakeholders was held at the Vidhan Sauda. Participating in this meet was also a Biocon founder, Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, who went on to say that the citizens really should also pull up their socks, do what is needed to protect the city, especially from the garbage menace. They should take responsibility as well. My colleague Ritu had this exclusive conversation with her. Let's listen to what she said post that meeting.
Joining me right now is Biocon founder Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw. Ma'am, thank you so much for taking time out and speaking to NDTV. Ma'am, you have taken it on the X, various civic issues that are actually hunting the city. You're speaking about the garbage issue, which is becoming more and more. You're also hitting out at the civic bodies as well. Ma'am, how do you see this is really going out of hands in the city, ma'am?
See, I think this is the first comprehensive meeting we've had under the Chief Secretary. I think all the stakeholders were invited. We have a 90-day plan, which is about cleaning the city first, ridding it of debris and garbage. We also want to catch all these culprits who are dumping garbage and debris in a very illicit manner, illegal manner. So how do you do that? I mean, citizens also have to be vigilant. Police have to be vigilant. Unless there is fear of abiding by the law, people in this city are just not following good practices. So that's the first thing we are going to do.
But also in a lot of areas, if you have really seen the real scene on the ground, is also that the civic body officials, or for that matter the Paura Karmikas, are not reaching on time to collect these garbages. That's the reason they are also dumping it. It's also a lack of service that is also been provided by the
Yes, so we have discussed all this. I think BBMP and GBA in general, we have addressed all these issues, saying let us have a proper systematic collection of garbage and also make sure that debris is also dumped in the right places. See, we are all, culpable for all these things that are happening. People have no civic sense. Even, the way they litter the streets is really, really unacceptable. But anyway, we all have to now work together. At least for the first time, I feel that we at least have a plan of action. And if we can actually focus on roads, stormwater drains and garbage and debris, hopefully in the next 6 months there will be visible change. And we've also told the government, and they have agreed, that they will be giving us a dashboard of all the projects that are being undertaken and the day by day kind of progress that they are making. So I think that is a very important development.
Ma'am, recently you see also the pothole issues that you're often been speaking about it, that how it is really not giving a smooth travel to the commuters. that something is not being resolved at all for the full time. There's no permanent solution that we are seeing, ma'am. You had DK Shivakumar, Deputy CM, saying that this blackmail from the corporate companies will not work, and then you have CM writing it to the to the Wipro founder itself, saying you provide us a space so that traffic can be allowed in. And how do you see all this?
Let me explain to all of you. I think you all have to go around the city. It is not an easy solution. Okay, we have 1 lakh cars or vehicles, not just cars but two-wheelers, 80% of them are two-wheelers, being registered every week. I mean, this is unsustainable, okay? So we do need to come up with some, deterrents where people are not allowed to come onto the streets at peak hours the way they are. We have tried carpooling, it has never worked. But we have to get back to some of these measures. And we also have to make sure that people abide by law, and also the fact is that whether it is pothole filling, whether it is asphalting, these are measures we'll have to do as quick fixes for the time being, but then gradually we will have to have permanent solutions. That is what we are all now discussing, and I think for the first time all the agencies, all the the commissioners have basically taken it upon themselves to be accountable and to hold people accountable.
My last question to you, this is very genuine question. You will also agree to it that every time when the officials are pulled up, that's when you see the quick action on the ground for the public to avail their facility. Ma'am, how do you see this? Because there's something that needs to be done permanently from the official side, even from the government side as well.
Look, let me be very honest. I blame citizens in a big way. Because citizens never act in time. Only when everything becomes absolutely impossible, then the citizens start raising their voices. I think citizens have to be vigilant. If you see somebody throwing litter or dumping debris, they just ignore it and walk on. This is not acceptable. We are all citizens. We have to do our bit as well. So you can't just expect officials to be wandering around all the time doing this. I think citizens' vigilance is also very important. I think every one of us has to take it upon ourselves that if the government is going to do all this, then we better also look after our own streets.
Well, that's it from all of us. We'll of course keep bringing you all the updates from down south every afternoon at 2 p.m. News and updates will continue on ADTV. Don't go anywhere.